Yeah. Well, you know, the painful thing about Zimbabwe's elections is that they already won. It's really a waste of time. And anyone else who's going there, I mean, Chamisa won elections the last time. And they just told them like that. And then when the people try to rise, they get beaten. They already won. And then now Tyson wants to come in. They manipulated the processes. They block him. Because Mnangagwa won with 30,000 votes. 35,000 votes. For you to get a threshold, for him to get a threshold, he got 35,000 votes. If Tyson comes in, he's likely to take not less than 100,000 votes, and Mnangagwa doesn't reach a threshold, and Chamisa doesn't reach a threshold, then it's a stalemate. Then there will be a rerun, and if they still don't reach the threshold, then there must be a government of national unity so that they buy some time while they are still preparing for other elections. So the only intervention that can be made is by Zimbabweans who are all over the world. They are found in London, they are found in Botswana, they are found in South Africa. They need to take a conscious decision to go back home and vote. No one says go back and stay there and don't come back. If they've got what it takes, they will come back. But the country is in a crisis, and you are not going to resolve that crisis by staying out of the country. They have to make an appointment with going back home to go and vote. And the numbers must be so decisive such that even rigging becomes impossible. Because rigging happens when the contest is too close. But if the margins are too high, it becomes impossible. So the people of Zimbabwe must decide what they want and go and do the right thing. Otherwise, Mnangagwa is going to lead them, and not in a correct manner. When they try to rise, they are going to be suppressed. President Putin must come to South Africa. Everywhere else where Putin will be passing, there must be immunity. Putin is not coming to South Africa. Putin is coming to BRICS. And there ought to be that difference where South Africa declares a certain territories as BRICS territories. The way we do with embassies and all of that. No one can just walk into any embassy here and say, no, you want to pull out a person from that embassy. No, it's not South Africa. It's an embassy of the USA. It's a Russian embassy and all of that. Where this meeting is going to take place, we ought to declare that a BRICS territorial area. And then say to these people, there is nothing we can do. He's not coming to us, he's coming to attend.
We did with the UN when the World Summit was here.
Yes. So, and we allow BRICS to proceed. Those arguments by President Lula and all of them, they ought to take place in that context where they can engage as leaders in terms of the types of the formula and the structure that they need to take in order to have a functional multinational body that will be seized with all these matters. ICC is inconsistent, and America is not a signatory, yet wants other people to be signatories and subject them to the law that they do not subject themselves to. We cannot allow that. So if we are going to continue with ICC without it being challenged, it has to be consistent in the application of its laws. They continue to make mistakes. Bushi, now Biden, in their speeches make reference to Afghanistan because it's haunting them. It's haunting them. Iraq is haunting them. Why did they come and kill brother leader here, Gaddafi? For what reason? there was no need. So, and everywhere else they went in the name of peace, they left destruction. There's no mission they took which has arisen in giving sustainable peace. And therefore, we can't say NATO, it's a peaceful organization. It's a war organization. It's a war organization. And unfortunately, we voted for the destruction of Libya. And when we raised that matter in the ANC, and we raised it sharply in the ANC and disagreed with Zuma, that we were told we were disrespectful. We were told we are young, we don't know what we are talking about. That thing is haunting us. He comes to the Youth League conference, he reads half of the resolution of the UN. When Floyd completes the resolution, because Zuma said no, we said no fly zone. And then he leaves it there. Floyd screams from the back and says, and any other necessary means. Because any other necessary means is the one that allowed these people to enter Libya and distract it. He doesn't want to read that part. And then he says to Floyd, inside the conference, because we're exposing him that you are not reading the whole thing. And China could not veto the resolution. Russia could not veto the resolution. Why? South Africa voted for it. If South Africa had voted against that resolution, China and Russia would have vetoed that resolution. Gaddafi will still be alive. So, and we spoke these things. No one will ever, I mean, people write books about nationalization, about things we spoke about, including Marikana, documentaries are done, and then we just get expunged out of that history as if we were never there, giving a particular perspective which has been proven over a period of time. Because if you do that, you are legitimizing them. Look, I have no regret of saying I want to remain in the ANC. I've got no regret. I would have corrected the ANC from within. Because I've never wanted to form a political party, and I will never form another political party if this EFF expels me. It's not a child's play. You don't just wake up in the morning and then you say you form it. It's difficult. We are still forming it even now, 10 years down the line. I said to them, take my membership, suspend me for 10 years without occupying. No, leave my membership, suspend me for 10 years plus without me occupying any position of responsibility. And you can take us to Cuba, to China for political education. Derek Anokom suspended us for 5 years. Me, 5 years, Floyd, 3 years, Magata, 1 year. When we did an appeal, mine changed from 5 years suspension to expulsion. Cyril changed it to expulsion. Anokom didn't expel me. I was expelled by Cyril. And then Floyd, 3 years. Floyd was not expelled. He resigned on his own. And then Magata remained, and then he finished his 1 year. I said to them, leave me with the membership, because I knew I don't need to be a member. I had already made a huge impact. I don't need to be a leader. As long as you will allow me to be in an ANC rally, as long as you will allow me to be in the ANC conference, as a cleaner there, as a volunteer who packs, I will kill you. I will finish you. I don't have to be a delegate. As long as I can be amongst you. And then they knew at that time that this request is very dangerous. Because I don't want nothing. Just membership, it's enough. But no, we don't want those things. Then they expelled me. I accepted. Also, when I left, I was not going to form a party. I left. I went to do farming. I did crops, cabbage, I did tomato, and then I did cattle. The ANC went on January 8 in 2013. That Sunday, I can't remember who did the article for City Press, came to interview me. I don't know if it's Jaffet or what. Came to interview me in my farm. I'd now accepted my fate. I left. I'm doing farming. I'm no longer. My interview is about what is your next life? No, you can look at me. I'm in the farm. I'm farming. I'm okay. Politics is not for me. They don't want me. ANC tradition is such that that Sunday of January 8, all front pages are ANC. But that day front page was me with the cabbages. And that thing irritated Praveen. Why is he still having a farm? Why is he still having a farm? Then they came to take my farm. And then invited me back into politics. That's why when a person says to me, no, they say I'm what? This thing they always say,
flip-flop.
No, they're like a prophet of a church, like cult. Yeah, it's a cult.
That.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
A cult that goes home. Because a cult would have moved from the ANC and say, follow me. I've never been a cult. I left. And I didn't live with anyone. I never said to anyone, let's go and form a political party. I left and went to do farming. That's the reality of the situation. Now, you take the farm. That is the second thing I know. By doing that, then you invite me back into politics. That's why I'm back here.
Have you forgiven Cyril? If next year...
I've forgiven everyone.
You can work with him.
He's a crook. I can't work with him.
Oh my God. All right, let's...
But you didn't answer my question on leadership.
No,
I'll do a follow-up. I
relate with all political leaders. President Mbeki, I've got a very good relationship with him. At any time I can take a phone call him, and go and seek guidance on this or that. He does the same. If there are issues that he needs, clarity from the EFF, he makes a call and invite us. The same with President Zuma. I missed President Zuma this Monday when he was leaving to Russia because we had our own war council. President Motlanthe and all political leaders. And I'm one person when I've got an issue with any leader, be it Steenhuisen, be it General Olomesa, Musi, or anyone, I take the call and I make a call and I sell my views. They can reject them, but I'm not shy to express them.
All right,
so I've got a relationship. Yeah.